Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale. Órale, Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies out there. And man, oh man, it looks like Joe Tessitore is headed to SmackDown. Now, let me go ahead and say this, man. I thought it didn't get any better than Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Okay, I'm not talking about all time. We can have that discussion another time. As a matter of fact, we are going to have that discussion another time. But as it stands right now, I think uh, the best combo is Michael Cole alongside Corey Graves, right? Now, Pat McAfee does a really good job. Wade Barrett, I think he does a pretty good job as well. I'm glad they got rid of some of the other guys that they're testing out over there. I didn't really care for them too much, but where it stands right now, I think it's pretty good. The thing to me is that Corey Graves, I think he's much better as just a heel commentator. Now, can he hold his own? Absolutely. Absolutely. He could be the play by play guy. I mean, the guy is very talented. He really, truly is. But personally, I just like him being the evil heel side commentator. That's where I think he shines better. Not to say that he's not doing a good job now, because he's doing a great job now, but I think that's kind of where his strong point is, being heel. Wade Barrett, on the other hand, look, I like Wade Barrett, and I think he's doing a good job. Is he doing a great job? Maybe not, but I think he's doing a good enough job. I don't feel the need to replace him. Joe Tessitore, I didn't even know he was a wrestling fan. Does anybody know if Joe Tessitore has any wrestling background? To the best of my knowledge, I didn't do any digging. I have no idea. I didn't know he was into wrestling at all. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Now, he's a complete veteran when it comes to commentary. He's done boxing. He still does boxing for ESPN. He's done it for many years. Now, I'm a huge boxing fan, and I like Joe Tessitore calling boxing matches. He brings excitement to boxing matches. But this is wrestling, homie. Does he know his stuff in the world of wrestling? He also does football. He does college football. I'm not a huge college football guy. I'm more of an NFL guy, but I do watch a little bit here and there of college football, and that's his world as well. So I'm not really sure how to feel about this now that they're going to have three commentators on SmackDown. I don't know if they really want to hold on to three commentators. In my opinion, okay, in my opinion, this is probably a way for them to push Wade Barrett out. Um, I'm not saying I agree with it. I think Wade Barrett is doing a good enough job, man. I don't see the need to replace him unless they really just want to have three commentators for SmackDown, which would be fine. Look, three commentators has worked in many different ways, right? Two commentators is cool, but three commentators, as long as it's the right group, can really, really work. Sorry if you guys hear noise in the background. I'm trucking it on the road. Um, Three commentators, I think, hits really good. Hits the nail on the head when it's the right three combination. Is this going to be the right three combination? I'm not sure, man. I'll tell you guys this much. My favorite, one of my favorites. I don't know if I should say my favorite of all time. Like I said, we'll definitely get into wrestling commentators, man. I think that's a discussion to have. But one of my favorites was Mauro Ronaldo. Now we all know what happened with him and JBL, and even then, I'm not even so sure if the story is on solid ground. I think it's on shaky ground. Like everybody has a little bit of a different story on what happened there. But I really, really love more Ronaldo, man, and his commentary. He does boxing now, and I think he does great in boxing. And I really love the work that he was doing in wrestling. It was very short lived, unfortunately, but I really love what he was doing there. Now, Joe Tessitore, what's he gonna add? I'm I don't know, man. I'm a little bit on the fence because as of right now, I'm not really sure if he's even into the wrestling world. Is he tapped into the wrestling world, or are they just using him as a commentator, a veteran commentator, which he is, and a good one, a great one, by the way. But is it gonna work if he has no wrestling background? If he's not in the world of wrestling and he's just coming at it from just the world of commentary, which it can work, but it's going to be to the hardcore wrestling fans, it's going to stand out that this guy, while he is a veteran commentator, it's going to stand out at points here and there that he really does not have the knowledge of the business of wrestling. So I don't know. Maybe one of you guys can help me out. Do you guys know if Joe Tessitore has a background in wrestling at all? Maybe he does. Like I said, I have not done any research on it, but Joe Tessitore will be joining Corey Graves and Wade Barrett on SmackDown. Um, I forgot when it's going to be. I believe in September, October ish, somewhere around there. Nonetheless, before the year is over, veteran commentator Joe Tessitore will be on SmackDown. I'm excited because I really like Joe Tessitore and I think he'd do a great job. But I'm also a little skeptical of it because if he has no wrestling background in his history, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, I think it can get a little rough for him. So hopefully this works out. I'm a fan of Joe Tessitore. I like Joe Tessitore. I watch him. I listen to him uh, with his commentary on boxing. He does a great job there, and I hope this works out. I really do. He does bring excitement, but my goodness, man, I hope he has some wrestling background. And if not, he better be brushing up. He definitely better be learning everything about wrestling, man. So, what's your guys' thoughts on Joe Tessitore joining uh, Wade Barrett and Corey Graves? Do you guys like having three commentators? Are you guys just cool with two? Do you guys think that this is probably them pushing Wade Barrett out, man, coming into 2025? They're not going to get rid of Corey Graves. He's just too damn good, too damn talented. But I could kind of see them maybe pushing Wade Barrett out, which kind of sucks, man, because I think he's doing a good enough job. But you guys let me know, man. What's your thoughts on Joe Tessitore join SmackDown Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab? Shouts to all the junkies. Catch you guys on the next one.
Take this home and I'll take off.